Paladin, similar to Druid, I'd say one of the slightly weaker classes in Arena right now. Due to... well, I shouldn't say that. It's not one of the slightly weaker classes. I just completely changed my mind. The hand buffs are pretty good, actually, in Arena. Whereas Druid doesn't get that much. Paladin does have a decent amount of stuff. Quality is pretty good first pick. Keeper of Voldemort is a pretty good second pick. Silverhand Knight is a pretty good third pick. Quality number 2 beats those two. Mean Street Marshal just needs a hand buff, or Keeper of Voldemort. Small Time Recruits is a bit too ambitious right now, and Arcane Giant is a bit too ridiculous. So we'll go with that. Champion, good with the guys. Smuggler's Run, that's almost certainly the pick here. Hand buff Paladin is actually kind of fun. Grime Street Smuggler, good card. Silverhand Recruit for even more guys. 6 mana, 6/6. It's fine. Big Time Racketeer. Probably beats Lily Square, as much as I love hitting the button. The Bartender or the Crusher. I already picked up 2 6s. It's gotta be Bartender here. 10 mana, 10/10, 0 mana, 1/1. Or the 2 mana, 2/3. It's the 2 mana, 2/3 here. Flame Juggler. Picking up all sorts of 2 mana, 2/3s. But that one's one of the better 2 mana, 2/3s. Silverhand Knight's pretty good. And Paladin's got a bunch of 4s. Usually. Sometimes. No synergy with Grim Patron. I have no synergy with Auctioneer, so... Mogre Take Trophy, I believe. How many spells do I have? 1? 3. Mogre Take Trophy. Now that's a card I haven't seen in some time. Chillwind Yeti. Argent Horse Rider, decent card also. Especially since I have 1 hand buff card. Well, it would be better if I had more hand buff cards. So I need both 3s and 4s. I think it's a very close Yeti. Since the Keeper of Voldemort is also a flexible card, and it's like not a card you always play on 4. So I technically have 0 4s. I guess that's the twist, the difference. Hammer of Wrath over Silverhand Regent. I also had no card draws. That's a nice cycle card. These cards are really bad. So take the one that's least bad. Avian Watcher for the 3/6, or Ancient Mage for the 2/5. Also, I guess I technically could have secrets in this deck, and in fact, I believe I'm about to pick a secret over the 2 trash cards. Combo. Silverhand Regent again. Spellbreaker. Ooh, these are good. I've always been impressed whenever someone's played Enforcer against me. It's typically gotten value, I think. Informant, though, is a really good flexible card. The thing about Informant is that if Informant discovered Grime Street Enforcer, I'd usually pick Grime Street Enforcer, is the way that I can think of it. It's like, I should just pick the Enforcer then. Let's see, on 2 I have 3 guys, but I would just hit the button. Anyways, Enforcer. Mookless Champion is a solid card, especially for Paladin. Hosen Healer is also a good card, but we'll go Mookless Champion. Blessing of Kings. Dragon Consort. I have no dragons, I believe. That's literally a 5 mana 5/5. So we should go with the Sneck. It's the Spike. Knights Champion is just a 3 mana 4/3. Selfless Hero for 1, or Injured Blade Master. You have 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops, which is enough. Is this an aggressive deck? It's a mid-range deck. I don't have any heals in this deck. I need a hero, or do I need one? I'm not sure. I think based on the amount of 3s I have, I should go hero. It's kind of close. So good news, my mana curve is pretty good. I've got, counting the Smuggler's Runs as 1-drops, and not counting the Marshal as a 1-drop. Getaway Kodo is in a 1-drop. I've got 3 1-drops, and then 1, 2, 3 2-drops. Good amount of 3-drops, decent amount of 4s, lots of 5s, and then a few 6s and a 7. So curve is okay. The card quality isn't that high here. I didn't pick up any of the 1/1 buff all your hand. The quality is can serve by themselves, especially with guys, but meh otherwise. Nothing too insane here. I'd say this is slightly below average of a deck. I'm going to guess 6 wins on it, and I'm optimistically defining average as 7. Even though my average so far is higher than 7. I'm due for a downswing at some point, I would guess.
For Doomhammer, I will fight with honor.
No, I do have one bad card in the deck, Avian Watcher. Anyways, that's a pretty solid hand. Come on, Smuggler's Run. Darn. A tough card to go up against. So do I go Lights Champion or go Smuggler? I think Smuggler is right, since if he double trades, I'm going to want to deal 2 damage.
They fell off the truck.
Spiked Hog Rider is probably going to be the coin next turn. Or I'm just going to play Yeti, actually. Can return Yeti back to my hand. I'm gonna keep the flexibility. I might want to play one of the 7s, which is Champion or Champion. Yikes. 3! Alright. At least I have chicken.
So many viewers.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
It's not too bad. If that dies, I get a 7 mana 6/6 back in my hand. If it gets frogged, I get a frog in my hand, which is not great. Oh, that's actually good. Alright. That's an unfortunate 6-drop. My 6-drop should usually be better than that. That's a pretty good buff. Puts it out of range of that thing.
Reporting for duty.
Oh. Oh, that destroys me. Dang.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
What went so wrong this game? I'd say these Blessing of Kings and Equality being completely dead cards is pretty bad. And also you just generally had better stuff, I guess. Kind of. Alright, this deck has no way to come back to the board. It has Equality, but no AoE.
Well played.
I leave Upa.
The victory is your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
The thing that was unfortunate about the last game was the the Equality and the Blessing of Kings being in my hand when I drew the Smuggler's Run and only could buff like 2 cards with it. This is some terrible hand right here. Hopefully pressing the button is good enough to win.
Reporting for duty.
I'm in the 0 and 1 bracket. Should be easy, right?
Reporting for duty.
We going for greed?
Battle.
Given that I don't have an obvious play next turn, I think I'm gonna hold the Smuggler's Run. Since my 4-mana turn could be Guy, run. If I had a 3-drop in my hand, obviously I'd have played the run. Or if I had a 4-drop.
The battle.
Alright, that's really good for me. It's super slow for some reason. Wow, turn 4 tap, period. Woo! Welcome to the 0 and 1 bracket. That's a very good result for me. Although... Oh! Oh. Vroom vroom. Wow. The ramp to nowhere. Alright. Go. And grow, my minion!
Ready, sir.
You win this time. I will fight with honor. I will command the light.
If that Hammer of Wrath was a minion, there's no question that I'd just play Smuggler's Run. So Smuggler's Run is basically buffing for +2/+2 right now. End turn, the greed.
Hey, goons! Over here!
Reporting for duty.
I'll grab an extra +2/+2, is the hope.
Accidents. They happen, you know?
Alright, he buffed 4.
The battle. Form ranks.
Spellbreaker. Solid.
Your magic shall not save you.
Ranks.
It's back. Alright.
Die, mage.
There's no good trade for me there. I don't think I should waste 5 damage on the 1/1. Will the 5/5 survive? It will. Nice. That's an interesting situation. It's a buff fiesta. I know his entire hand was minions, so it's kind of tough for him to have fast answers. Not impossible. Ooh. Alright. All 4 were buffed for him.
Reporting for duty.
Silverhand Recruit. Mookless Champion combo.
Accidents. They happen, you know?
That buffs all 4 again. Oh my goodness, this guy. Okay. It's truly a buff fiesta in here right now. This one doesn't matter for this. I don't think I've actually ever had the situation where someone has 1/1 and give your other minions +1/+1 we're on the same board. I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't get another +1/+1 buffed, but I actually didn't. It didn't parse. 6, 9, 13, 14, 16. It's probably in order of Inspire. I mean, that's exactly what it is, but I just forgot.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Literally no weapons, so strange situation that this card is better to play than this card, because I might gain 1 health off of that. Ooh. Yeah, that's worth. The greed was spinning in my head for a moment there. How can I not play Smuggler's Run this turn? That would be quite a greed.
One shot, one kill.
Nothing scares me. Except
Selfless Hero getting buffed by 1 is really good. I mean, any 1 health minion getting buffed. Uh-oh. It's Volcanic Potion time. Ooh, that stings. Ouch. The punish for not trading into the 1/1. I could have read that out. I could have done the 3/2. That's very painful. I mean, it would have looked absolutely ridiculous for me to do it on the other hand, since he would have, he set it up so that my friendly bartender was very, it would have looked like a terrible play to trade into the 1/1, given that he planned to Fire Blast usually. Probably. So it's tough on the Volcanic Potion. If I had read that my hand wasn't very aggressive, and then I should have just played around Volcanic Potion, I could have done that. And I think it would have been the better play. I don't know. It would have been tough to do. Really tough. Dang, 3/2 went into 1/1. Otherwise I would have gotten a lot of value.
Behold the might of Stormwind! You to battle!
That Mean Street Marshal, if it's able to draw a card, that would be a pretty big deal. So bad news is it's not going to draw a card, but the good news is the 4/2 and the 7/2 stayed alive. Oh, that is spectacular.
Reporting for duty.
I thought it was pretty unlikely for me to win after such a good Volcanic Potion, but looks like I've got this.
Depart, foul creature! Live it high. I'll take you down with me. Reporting for duty.
On the back of Avian Watcher. The mighty 5 mana 3/6.
My hammer burns with holy fire.
I will fight with honor.
Solid curve. Come on, Smuggler's Run. Come on, Smuggler's Run. Oh man. It would be so good.
Who goes there? X marks the spot. Hey, goons! Over here!
These 2/3s are doing pretty well against his 1/1s. Ooh.
Die, landlubber.
5 health for 4 mana is not that common anymore, since Yeti and Senjin are both neutrals and commons, and they get shown up less often. I've actually noticed that on 4, I don't see as many 5 health minions, so the 4/3 actually gets a little bit better. Random observations. So I think it'll be important to silence something off. When you're too far behind, the Cobra is not as good as the Breaker, probably. Also, I have Equality, which can get silenced off. That was like the tiebreaker. The fact that in my hand there was an Equality. So that was something I could just silence. Yes. These equalities are surprisingly bad in my deck. But the picks were always against bad cards, I'm pretty sure. And the first one, like, Equality is a great card. I think that one was against Azure Drake.
Nothing scares me. Except mice.
My hand is like independently weak cards.
Options.
5 mana 3/6, 3/2, 5 mana 5/4, 4 mana 5/4. Blah blah blah. Spellbreaker turned out to be useful. Yikes.
Ready, sir.
I wonder if my deck is just full of minions which require support, or if I'm just drawing poorly.
Well played.
The victory is yours.
Or both.
For Doomhammer, I will fight with honor.
There's Smuggler's Run, but that is not a good curve. And that is not a minion.
Greetings, friend. Reporting for duty.
I am the dancing master.
Reporting for duty.
Wow, that guy went face instead of killing the 1/1. So daring. So incorrect. Now the 1/1 manages to take out the totem. Do I want to get charge? Is it that important? Protects the 1/1. I have to remember that this deck is has no burst at all and needs the board control, so we're barely going to ever hit face, probably.
You smell like a leopard.
To save the 6/4.
The battle.
That's a great keeper there.
None may steal our secrets.
Except the mice.
Ooh, hard countered. Do I toss on Blessing of Kings? I probably do.
Your magic shall not save you.
Not in my house.
I definitely just wasted 1 damage. Whatever. I felt bad for him. Well, I missed 1 damage, but he gained 7 extra health through winning a joust. So it all balances out. Whatever. I almost missed lethal. That's a lot of damage.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Alright, 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. 5 drop, kind of. My deck's so bad that I'm afraid to mulligan away the extra 3 drop. That's a vote of no confidence for this deck. I should mulligan away that one, not this one, because this one's better. Come on, minion. Minion! Ah! 2 draws, 2 spells. Holy cow.
They fell off a truck.
This is some bad times, but fortunately my opponent went 1 mana 2/1 into 2 mana nothing. Into turn 3, that's a kind of serious card, I guess.
A demo.
Well met.
Scuttle the shit!
Let me
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Pretty weak turn. But the other plays look like they're going to be weaker. I'm encouraged to keep these in my hand because I have a Smuggler's Run. And I'm also encouraged to make guys because I have 2 equalities in my hand. This next turn is probably going to be equality, even if it's just on 1 thing. I mean, especially if it's on 1 thing. Although 2/4 is probably not worth equality. Yeah, that's a decent outcome, actually. One of the better draws I could have gotten there, probably.
delicious spider
So the tricky thing about the equalities is I have to have the board in order to...
Well met.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Yes, she.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be very tough to not have 1/1s possibly be getaway codered here. It makes a lot of sense to Fire Blast first to check, but yes! Yuck, 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 yuck. That's the best result I could have gotten. You can use those equalities like they're candy. Decent time for another equality. And then maybe I'll keep my Oldemon back to a 3-3.
None may steal our secrets.
I managed to find a way to use both equalities to relatively good use, so that's pretty good. And with this type of hand and this type of deck, if I ever fall behind, I'm just going to lose, so I need to stay ahead. It's probably gonna come up with the summon all the 3/3s.
Behold the might of storm winds! Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
So I could trade the 4/5 and 2 of the 2/2s, and then I'd have 4, 6, 8, 14. If I do 12 to face right now, you can kill my champion, then all I need is 8. Which I'll have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let's do this.
Not in my house.
If I could have set up 2-turn lethal if he picked 3/3 zombies, I would have killed the 7/8. But I can't do that. So we'll go on the slightly riskier train here. Oh man. Okay. That could be quite a lot of things.
Not in my house.
Wow, that one though.
Reporting for duty.
Interesting. He didn't play his 10 cost card. Well, I mean, he needed to kill the 6.
Don't forget to tip your Tauren. Tip your Tauren. Reporting for duty. The battle!
Mummies was the expected one. Oh man. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Even high.
3 plus 1 into that, 3, 3 into the 5, 3 into the 2, 2 plus 3. I'm going to stall out here, it seems. I got carried by Rafam in one of my previous arenas, so I guess I can't be too sad that, oh my gosh, even worse. It's doing 1 damage to everything somehow. Oh. This deck can't come back from this situation. Maybe he'll live. Maybe he'll let Mogur's champion live. Because it's only 50-50 to hit the face. I lost because I didn't train? Well, I mean, I could have easily lost because I traded also. On Archd for fun. There were valid reasons for either. Oh my gosh, the madman. Oh, and also the plus health.
Well played. Victory is
Alright, well there's my worst showing so far, but it's fine. I was bound to get a few of these at least. It's all good. Variance, it happens.